Welcome back to Phillips Hot Rod Garage. All right guys, so we're back with another video on the Model A Special Coupe, and what we're doing is working on the doors. We're trying to get all the rust repaired in both doors before we move back to the quarter panels and the trunk and the rear section again. We're going to try to get these doors repaired. And in the last video, we took the passenger side door off. We got it looking pretty good. We got some rust repair made to it. Got the inner patch panel put in, but it's time to get back on that door. But before we do, I got to get the back of my truck unloaded. I got another piece of equipment for the shop, and this thing is cool. You guys are going to want to check this out. So let's just go ahead and get that unloaded, and then we'll get started on the doors. All right, check it out, guys. I've been wanting a bandsaw for a while, and this is a pretty good one. It's a Jet. Got the stand that goes with it. It's got the watering system on it, or the cooling system, whatever you call it. All that's supposed to work. It needs to be serviced, but he said it works. Everything's supposed to work fine on it. It was a freebie. Can't beat that deal. Getting it down out of here by myself might be a challenge. Well, that was my buddy's Corvette that just went by, in case y'all heard that sound. Yep. Now, I don't know if this is going to work or not. But we're going to try it. All right, it seems to be pretty secure, so I'm just going to pull the truck out from under it and just let it down. Hopefully everything will go okay. That was sketchy. Wow, they had those things tight. All right. All right, well, that's not its final resting place, but that'll be good enough for now. So of course, I'm gonna have to spend some time with this thing, getting it ready to go. I gotta clean it up and lubricate whatever needs lubricating, service it. It needs a new band. It looks like they got it in a bind here. It's bent and it popped off. That's probably why they stopped using it. And also, Eric told me that the guys were complaining about these bearings right here needed to be replaced. So this one down here is definitely hard to turn. These sound kind of crunchy. So I'll get some new bearings and a new band for it. That should be all it needs. He says there's not much wrong with it. So we're gonna put this thing to work. Can't beat free, guys. Eric, I appreciate that deal. If you're watching, thanks for the deal on this. We're gonna put it to work. But that'll be another project for another day. We got a patch panel to put in. All right, guys, so it's been a little over a week since I started recording this video, And what happened was I got out here recording the video, and I got a bunch of footage on getting that bandsaw unloaded. And I was just about to get started on the door, and I was feeling so bad that I decided to go up to the house and rest a little while, take some medicine, hopefully get to feeling better, and edit that footage on unloading that bandsaw. And I just did not get to feeling better. I got worse and worse. That was on Saturday, and so by Sunday I had the flu. I knew that's what it was, so I went to see a doctor on Sunday, went into a walk-in clinic, got some medicine, had 102 fever when I went in there. I was in pretty rough shape. My kids had been sick with it the week prior, which would have been 2 weeks ago, and I thought I had dodged a bullet and it had passed me by, but I ended up with the flu. So it has taken me about a week to get my strength back. I'm still kind of weak, and my throat's still scratchy, but I started recording this video before Christmas. It's now after Christmas. So I hope you guys all had a Merry Christmas. Hope you had a great time with your family. We did. We had a good time, but sorry I wasn't able to get you guys a Christmas video out. I wanted to. We did last year, but we were just so weak and tired, and we had so much going on and everything that we just decided to rest over Christmas. And so I'm back. I'm gonna get started on the door. We're gonna see if we can get this patch panel knocked out in this video. So let's get on it. All right, so the first thing I want to do is take a measurement of the height of the door. That's 44. It's also 44. It doesn't have to be perfect when I put the patch panel on. These things probably weren't perfect from the factory, so anywhere in the ballpark of 44 inches should get me close enough. All right, so over the past couple of weeks, I've been kind of indecisive what I wanted to do about this lip right here. They put a bead rolled lip on this patch panel, a flange, so that you could put your new door skin under the old door skin and it'll overlap into this lip right here. And then you can weld it in flush. And then on the back side, you'll have this extra piece of metal. Gives you something to weld to. And you just have to seam seal it up when it's done. Thought about cutting it off. Then again, I thought, you know, it might be nice just to leave it. I could do it either way, and in the end, the result's gonna be the same. I think what I'm gonna do is go ahead and leave it, overlap it right there. I may regret that later, but then if I cut it off, I may regret cutting it off later. I don't know. I don't think it really matters. You can do it either way you prefer. I think I'm gonna go ahead and leave the lip and do it this way. That's what I'm gonna do. So I guess I need to go ahead and get a mark on here. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Let's get a mark on it. All right, so I gotta get some clamps on here now. All right, let's take a look at the back side. And that looks to be pretty good, so let's go ahead and put a mark on there so we can make a cut. All right, so I've got to cut the door skin a little bit longer than the line that I just made. So I think 38 3/8 is going to be the magic number. Yeah, 38 3/8 is where I'm going to have to cut the skin off. So about 3/8 of an inch below the line is where I'm going to have to make my cut. I need a new marker, it looks like. This one's about shot. It's the only one I have, so gotta go with it. Okay, there's my cut line. Let's get to cutting. All right, so I got that part cut. So now I've got to cut the inside parts right in here on each side. Then we'll be able to go ahead and peel that old skin off. See if we can get that new one to fit. All right, for this part, I'm going to use this little air saw here. I think this is going to be the best way to get down in there. All right, that should be good enough. All right, so I just grabbed this little small 3-inch grinder. What I got to do now is cut through the edge of the skin, grind through the edge of it so that the inner and the outer will come apart. And I need some safety glasses. It came loose pretty good. Let's try this. All right, this side's loose. Now we got to cut off the other side. Here we go, guys. Came right off. So now we got to fit the new one. Oh yeah, that's gonna work out. All right. All right, since the new panel has to go under the old panel, I'm gonna have to trim some of this lip off right here. That much of it right there. Once I get this part right here out of the way, then this piece will be able to slide under. So I gotta do the other side as well. Cut out that part right there. Yep. All right. Well, there it is, guys. You just saw me stick it on for the first time. I have not put it on 2 or 3 times and test fit this thing off camera. I just cut it one time, notched the ends of the patch out, stuck it in there. Fits perfect the first time. So what I'm gonna do now is go ahead and grind everything down and get all the edges smoothed up. See if we can flip this thing over and try to get the final fitment done on this panel. And we'll have this thing ready to weld pretty soon. All right, so I got everything cleaned up pretty good. So let's do a test fit now and take some measurements and see where we're at on this deal. Fits up pretty nice, guys. All right, so when I started, the old panel on the bottom was 44 inches from the top. And we're about 44 and 1/8 now, so I may have to trim some. That's 44 on this side, so it's pretty close. 44 and 1/8. Yeah, if I left it like that, nobody would ever know. But I think I'll go ahead and do a little bit of trimming anyway and see if I can get the side to fit a little bit better. All right, so here's a good look from the bottom. As you can see right here, I got a little bit of a gap right here. There's my 1/8 of an inch. This panel needs to move up. That's why I'm not sitting on 44 inches on this side. Now this side down here, as you can see, it's fitting up nice and tight. The inner and the outer panel are actually sitting exactly where they should. So I'm 44 inches here, but not on this side. So let me go ahead and fix that issue, and then we're gonna be getting pretty close. Yep, that's it right there. All right, there's my new cut line. Now, do I want to grind it or do I want to cut it? I think for sure I want to mark it because that tape's not going to work. If I decide to cut it, that tape will definitely start burning or something. I don't even know what I'm trying to say. Basically the tape, if you try to cut down the tape with a cutoff wheel, the tape will start trying to peel up, and it's really hard to tell what you're cutting. But that tape will form a nice line here when I mark it with this marker to show me exactly where I need to cut. That'll work. Okay, let's peel the tape off. And now, you can see what's got to happen. That's how much I got to cut off. Down here, won't really be cutting too much off. It needed to go up a little bit, about a 1/16, but this side needed to go about an 1/8. So I'm gonna cut that off right there, and then I think we're gonna be done with the fitment of this panel. Now I got to get the inside cut just a little bit. All right, let's check it again. This should be it this time. This should be it. .44, dead on. That's perfect. 44 right there too. We got it, guys. We got it. Now, let's take a look at it from the bottom. Well, let me show you the top first. So I think that's where I'm going to leave it. It looks pretty good. I got plenty of room for a weld to go down in there. As you can see, got just a little bit of a gap. That's perfect for welding. Fits up pretty good all the way down. So yeah, I think that's where I'm gonna leave it. Now I'll show you the bottom. All right, so you can see on the inside it fits up real tight right down here, just like I needed it to. On this side down here, it's the same way. Fits up nice and tight. So cutting it off up here, it did some good. That helped it out. So as you can see, It's going to turn out really nice. I don't see a problem with it at all. All right, so the next thing that I got to do on this is go ahead and get this thing outside and get this door sandblasted on at least the bottom portion. I can sandblast the rest of it later, but I want to get from about maybe right in here down all clean and sandblasted. I got a rust hole right here I got to fix, and I want to make sure that I get all this sandblasted so that if any other holes open up, I can get those took care of before I put the outer skin on. So I'll get everything cleaned, sandblasted real good, and then I'll put some weld-through primer on all of this and seal it up tight so that it's all nice and rust-free between the layers down here. So that's what we got to do. It's going to take probably 3 videos to get this door done, but this is the first one of these I've done. So in the next video, we'll finish this up, and then we'll be ready to start on the other door. And when we get the other door, when we get to it, I think that everything's going to go much quicker. I can probably just knock it right on out because I know exactly what my plan is and how I want to go about doing it. I think this is going to work out good. Appreciate you guys watching. This video goes out on New Year's Eve, so Happy New Year's, everybody, and hopefully I'll have another video out for you on New Year's Day. That's the plan, so hopefully we'll have another video. See you guys in the next one.